Hey everybody, welcome back for the final episode of my Street Tracker fiberglass tail project. I'm excited to have the tail back from paint, but before we get to that, we're going to do a quick recap of the build. Hope you enjoy it, and let's dive in. We start off with creating the mold, and you can see here I'm just roughing out the shape that we're looking for out of this tail. And now we're actually moving on to laying down some fiberglass and putting a few coats on this thing. I also went ahead and made an undertail for this seat, not only to close up the gap there at the tail end, but also to make I'm going to have a little storage cubby there for any toolkit, maybe a couple spare spark plugs. So here we have the rear undertail panel, and I've done most of the work here to it. To finish it up, I've decided that I'm going to put some wrap over this here as opposed to painting it. And basically it's just because I know that there's going to be a bunch of rocks and debris and whatnot kicked up on this undertail here. So I'm hoping that the wrap will hold up a little bit better to that than your traditional paint will. And if it ever gets scuffed up and scratched or whatever, it can easily be just peeled off and rewrapped. So right now I'm going to show you what we're doing with this tail light here. These holes here are for mounting to the rear frame. We'll get to that to a second. And then this top hole here, so that should be all the holes we need. And then I made these square sockets here for the tail light to mount to. Essentially I'm just going to be plugging it into here, sticking a couple pins of some sort into it to retain it in place, and we should get a very nice, clean, low profile tail light on this thing. So we're going to go ahead and move over to the bike, and I'm going to show you how it mounts up. Keeping it simple, I just use a couple of rubber covered P-clamps here to fasten it to the back of the frame, and up at the top I'll end up just making a little bracket to epoxy to the underside of the tail. So this brings us to where we left off in the last episode, where I was smoothing out the filler and getting ready to ship it off to the painter. And here's the tail at the painter's getting prepped and primed and eventually painted. So I went ahead and just made a little bracket out of a piece of aluminum, put a bit in it and drilled a few holes into it, and first roughed up the side of it where I'm going to put the epoxy, and roughed up the bottom side here of the tail. And I just got some 5-minute epoxy mixing up, and we're going to slap it together, and then I'll be able to slide a little clip nut on this bracket here so we can use it as a fasten point for the top of the undertail there. So here it is, all wrapped up. I went ahead and got the seat pad kind of shaved and sanded and stuck on there. Thanks for sticking with me through the project, and if you hadn't already seen the early episodes, go ahead and check those out for step-by-step of the whole process. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, see more projects that I'm going to come out with in the future, and hit the like button, and feel free to leave any comments. Thanks.